Hi everyone, I'm back to E Phrygian today. In my first lesson, I told you that it's one of my favorites to play E Phrygian. The Phrygian mode is one of my favorites to play over a major tonality. The tonality we're playing over is C major 7. The chords are all out of the key of C, D minor 7, E minor 7, G7, etc., A minor. But the tonality is still C major. The main tone center is C major. But what I'm doing is going over the modes, each mode in the key of C against that chord progression so you could hear how their different flavors work. So, one of my first reasons for liking the Phrygian mode so well against a major tonality is because when you play the pentatonic scale of that Phrygian mode, in this case when you play E minor pentatonic, E, G, A, B, D, anywhere you want on the neck, most common out of box 1 up here at fret 12, all those notes sound great against the key of C major. They're in the key of C major, but they sound great because compared to a C major chord or C major tone center, you have the 5th of C, which is G, you have the 3rd, which is E, that's our mode, you have the 9th, which is D of it 9, it's the 9th of C major. You have the major 7 of C, which is B. You have the 6th of C, which is A, and again you have the 5th of C, which is G. So you have literally everything except for the 1st and the 4th. There's the 1st, and that's the 4th when you stick to just the pentatonic scale. So that's one of my first reasons why I like E Phrygian against C major, because that pentatonic scale sounds great against the C tonality. The next reason why I really like the Phrygian scale, just as a scale in general, is because of those 2 half steps that happen in it when you play the 8-note scale. You have your root note of the Phrygian E, then immediately it's followed by a half step, which when you put that in a lick, this always wants to bring you back there. Same with this, when you're on the B and the C and the D. Well, that's a chord tone in E minor. It's the root and the 5th. But it's also the 3rd and the 7th of your C major 7. So that's the second reason why I like the Phrygian mode so much, because of where those half steps are. And basically you're using the idea of resolving to a note by approaching it from a half step above and going back. It's part of the makeup of that scale of the Phrygian mode. And lastly, kind of like the pentatonic scale is when you play the two arpeggios, the arpeggio of just the triad, E, G, B, or the E minor 7, E, G, B, D, you just get some really beautiful sounding lines when you just play those 3 or 4 notes. And when you mix all of it together, the pentatonic scale, the 8-note Phrygian scale, the 4-note arpeggio, and the 3-note triad, it just sounds great against the major key of C. I'm going to play just a little bit more for you, then I'm going to get to the C Ionian mode for you.